So just sleep away before India take on New Zealand in the first of 3 test matches. Day 1 of the test match in Bengaluru. Tomorrow 9:30 a.m. is when the first ball is to be bowled. But lots of rain threat as far as the first test match is concerned. I've done a separate video on that. You can take a look at that. But in this video, I'm going to be taking you through what happened in the press conference. Yes, a day before the test match, it was the captain of the Indian cricket team, Rohit Sharma, who came out and addressed the media, where a lot of questions were asked to him, and he was really upfront about a lot of things. He talked about many factors, keeping in mind the New Zealand series, the Border-Gavaskar trophy that is to be played from the 22nd of November, and also the World Test Championship. First up, he was asked about how the 11 is going to be. He was asked that are you going to go with 3 fast bowlers or 2 fast bowlers, seeing the conditions, seeing how India has been playing 3 fast bowlers at home also. Now we saw that against Bangladesh. On that, he said that it all depends on the conditions. Today it has been raining, the pitch is under covers. We will take a call tomorrow morning on whether 3 pacers or 2 pacers and our best playing 11. We are keeping our options open. He was very frank about this thing. He also said that when they come tomorrow morning, that is when they are going to decide how they are about to, how will they approach this test match, how are they going to see, because we have to keep in mind the conditions are going to be overcast across 5 days, and the pitch also as of now has a tinge of green on that. So it's a very big possibility that India might continue the formula of playing 3 fast bowlers at home in Bengaluru, and Rohit Sharma also said that they are open to play 3 fast bowlers if the conditions are suited for that. He was asked about his opening partner, Yashasvi Jaiswal. He was asked that how does it feel to open with Yashasvi Jaiswal, seeing that you have opened with so many people. How is this change when you started opening with a Yashasvi Jaiswal? He said that he has got the game to play in all sorts of conditions. He's still new, so it's hard to judge. But he's got all the ingredients to be a good batter. He can do wonders for the team and always wants to learn. That's why he's planning for India. That's why he's playing for India. He was really in praise of Yashasvi Jaiswal, the young left-handed batter. He said that he also gets in the left-handing option to the team. One thing that he was really happy about is that in the beginning of the career, he's somebody who's really he's always around the game. He wants to know more. He wants to learn more from the senior pros. He's somebody who has got all the gears. He's somebody who can take the game away. He can play according to the situation, and he has also shown that time and time again. Whatever the situation demands, he molds himself according to that, and that is something the Indian team really likes in the young batting sensation. Mohammad Shami, there have been a lot of questions over Mohammad Shami. Has been out of competitive cricket since a very long time now. After that surgery that he had of his ankle, the Indian team is looking here to get him back for the Border-Gavaskar trophy. There were reports previously that he might play 1 test match during the New Zealand test series as well, but that was not the case, and Rohit Sharma has told us about why wasn't that the case. He said, to be honest, it is difficult to make a call on him for Australia series. He had a setback and had swelling in his knees that put him back a little bit. We don't want to bring undercooked Shami to Australia. We are keeping our fingers crossed. He was really hoping that Mohammad Shami makes a comeback by the time it's time for the Border-Gavaskar trophy. He said that Mohammad Shami had sort of recovered quite a lot from the ankle surgery, but then got some swelling on his knees. If you remember, Mohammad Shami also previously came out and refused to these reports. There were reports about this, but Mohammad Shami on his social media said that that is not the case, that he is all fit, and you cannot rule out if he is going to go for the Border-Gavaskar trophy or not. But Rohit Sharma has now confirmed that he had some swelling in the knees, and he is at the NCA right now trying to making that road to recovery. He also said that all the physios and everyone have a road map for him so as to he can get ready for the Border-Gavaskar trophy. But he says that as of now things look a little difficult, and it's very difficult to say anything with certainty that if he's going to be part of that flight to Australia or not. Because there are so many speculations on Mohammad Shami, there were also questions asked about the reserve players who are traveling with this Indian team. And I'll just take you through first what Rohit Sharma said. He said that Nitish Reddy and Mayank Yadav are test prospects. That's why they are here. Want to see how they adjust with the red ball. We can fast track if it's needed. They can fast track anyone if it's needed. Harshit Rana, Nitish are talented and will provide stability. We want to be careful with Mayank. These are really interesting things, because when 4 reserves in Prasidh Krishna, Harshit Rana, Nitish Kumar Reddy and Mayank Yadav were announced for the Indian team, there were many questions if will they be travelling to Australia with the Indian team also or not. So Rohit Sharma has now been very confident about all of them. What he said specifically was that he wants to see how these players perform. They haven't played much of red ball cricket, but he was very sure about things, that the players that need to be fast tracked need to be fast tracked. There is no other option about that. That's the case with Nitish Reddy, Harshit Rana and Mayank Yadav. Not so much for Prasidh Krishna, because he has played quite a lot of red ball cricket, but Mayank Yadav, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Harshit Rana are the people who haven't played that much red ball cricket in domestic seasons. And for Mayank Yadav, he said that we want to be careful with Mayank. He said that he has had a load of injuries during his short span of a career, so they want to keep him in cotton wool and see how he adjusts to red ball cricket, if he can take that much strain on his body, and how can things go for him moving ahead too. He also talked about the fast bowling reserves. I'll just take you through what he said first. Want to have 8 to 9 bowling backups, and we plan on taking them to Australia, and that's why we want to see how they manage the workload. So he was very certain that what happened in Australia last time around, we saw a string of injuries in the Indian team. If that's the case anytime in the future ahead, in any series for that matter, the Indian team wants to have a good load of fast bowling backup with them whenever they go. The Rohit definitely wants to take them to Australia as reserves, or maybe even in the squad, some of them. But for that, first he needs to know how they manage themselves with the red ball cricket. He also said that they want to keep all four of them with the team, so as to see how they approach red ball cricket, what's their mindset for red ball cricket, how they feel about test cricket, and all of these things, because he said that there's not too much time they get to spend with all of them. So when they are in the team, you get to talk to them a lot more, you get to know their mindset, how they approach life, how they approach test cricket in general. So these are some really positive signs for all the 4 youngsters. Another question was asked that there was no vice captain previously, and there are reports that Rohit might not be going for the first test match in Australia on the 22nd of November. So maybe is that kept in mind when you have named Jaiswal Bumrah the vice captain this time? To that, he did not talk absolutely nothing about his not being availability or not, but he definitely talked about Jaiswal Bumrah the vice captain. He said Bumrah is one of the most experienced players in the team. He has not captained a lot, but whatever I have discussed with him, he has always been part of the leadership group, and it's good to have him around. He said that tactically there is nothing much he can add, because Jaiswal Bumrah hasn't captained that much in any form of the game, but he has always been a part of the leadership group. He has always been in the discussions when it comes to team decisions, and he has always been part of the leadership group. So he can definitely captain if it is ever required moving ahead also. So it was quite an interesting press conference. He talked about the WTC final also. He said that they want to take one game at a time. That's still very far away. He talked about what the 11 could be. He also talked about that in Kanpur, it was a rain-curtailed game, and then they decided how they want to go about the game. That's exactly what they are going to do. Even though there's rain forecasted for all 5 days, they will plan whatever overs they are, they will plan accordingly as things move on. There's nothing that they have already decided. They just want to go one day at a time. So a lot of things were talked about in this press conference by Rohit Sharma. and the Indian team is definitely building towards the Border-Gavaskar trophy. India's preparations are going in full swing. Just the last 3 test matches before India head to Australia for that marquee series, so India would want to utilize and gain as much as they can from these 3 test matches against the New Zealand side. But for now, that is it from this video. We will be joining you for more such updates. For that, you need to subscribe to Sports Today, and if you like this video, do not forget to press the like button as well.